Ladies and gentlemen, it's Thursday, December 5th. You're watching the A Link to the Past Randomizer Fall Tournament 2019. We welcome all your fine viewers to this fantastic race between Azder and Rayvis that will soon unfold. I'm Arjevich, and joining me today is Fear Agent. How are you doing today?
I am doing so good. I love this time of the year. Usually it's a little bit earlier in the fall, but we're going into 2019, early 2020 tournament, and it's exciting. It's been a minute for a tournament, the big tournament, because there was no spring tournament. So all these matches going on, all this randomizer, it's so overwhelming and so good. It's like ice cream. Can't have too much ice cream, right?
Are we talking about a specific flavor here, though? Because there's a lot of flavors, man.
There is a lot of, that applies to randomizer too, right? Where there's so many different runners and styles, and we got two of them here. We got azder and Rayvis. Azder is known for a lot of low percent runs in weird categories of the vanilla game, as well as some of the Rumex, as well as Metroid Z3 combo. So really experienced runner. And Rayvis is a German runner who is really good and takes lots of chances, and a lot of times they pay off. So two different flavors, and we're in for a treat, as this is game one of game two, back-to-back races. This is going to be really good.
Yeah, and their performance has already been showcased. I mean, first of all, they're qualified. Second of all, this is round two of the group. The winner of this best of three will actually go through to the top 64 bracket stage. And with two matches back to back, we could have our first top 64 player in just a few hours.
Yeah, it's really exciting. The first, I think this might even be the first of the round twos. We're jumping right into it with these two runners, and it should be fun. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. So we're doing just a normal open defeat Ganon. This is the default setting for game one. The loser will be able to choose toggle a mode in game two if they choose to do so. And we're off. Two different starts. So we got blue mail, and I think it was $20.
Now, this is something that isn't the most common when you see this link start and then you save and quit after the chest, because usually you do continue to go through to the uncle.
Yeah, I think it's one of those plays where it's like you don't want to get bit by like early boots at Link's house as you go through Kakariko. So just do the quick save and quit out of Link's house and get that first item. Unfortunately, I mean, with save and quits as long as they are now, it feels like I don't know if it's really worth it, but
Yeah, there's been some talk about the increased duration for save and quits and the time that goes with that. We're seeing Rayvis opting to not check the lumberjack area, whereas Aster is going to do that.
yeah, we'll see how thorough each one of our runners wants to play this. Do you skip anything? Do you oh wow.
That seems required.
Yeah, so we've got ourselves an Agassi today for sure.
Now, we don't know if those are the gloves or the mitts
Yeah.
yet.
Yep.
So if you do find early gloves, if you are in Rayvis' position here and not having checked that, that could take quite some time. It also does guarantee we will find boots at some point.
Yeah, I think he'll check it eventually. I'm betting those are the mitts and not our gloves. So Rayvis did a save and quit out of Lost Woods, not having any bombs or money, and went to Link's house and farmed up a couple bombs here. And got two 50-50 pulls. So that was actually really nice. And Azer's just going to take his $20 and head into Kakariko. So we have both runners going into Kakariko from a different direction.
Yeah, Rayvis is basically taking the backup bombs if you don't find them along the sand route, and Aster is just don't even have rupees to be able to buy bombs, so really hoping to pick up some here in the well. As the well seems to be preferred over Blind Basement if you don't have bombs.
Yeah, it's just such an investment to go down to Blind's basement, whereas the well is just a quick drop. I like this play. We'll see if we lux out with any bombs here. We will have enough money to buy bombs after this, though, and there it is.
As Rayvis does the racing game to get the 300 guaranteed rupees to make sure that they can buy bombs.
Yeah, and this will work out because he's coming from the south, so you can just grab those bombs on the way up. Coming north to buy bombs is a little bit of a time loss, but since he's heading from the south, it should be fine. So far, nothing really in the well. We'll get our first look at Blind's Hut here.
Azder will still probably need to buy bombs if he doesn't find any though, because you only have one more and you will need a couple of more for the early game route. Ah, there we go.
Could have gone either or. So there's our first glove. So it is Titan's Myths, as I predicted on the Lumberjack. And we've got a bow as well. We did get a map check. It looks like we have 2 crystals. I missed it. 2 crystals in the light world. I think, is desert a pendant?
Probably. Now, we could definitely see a very late Aga if the lamp doesn't show up for a long time, and also possibly boots.
Yeah, I mean,
very
the
likely
boots
going
could
to
be
see
pretty
some.
late.
You see, actually, it's 3 crystals though. We could though see a very early Eastern play with the bow.
Yeah, I imagine so. It's a crystal. You can full clear it. These runners are going to have no problems with those dark rooms.
And
Eastern, Eastern has some of the easier dark rooms in the game, and yeah, we'll see the back of Escape soon, I imagine, here as well.
Yeah, the gloves put that into logic, and also puts Sora in logic.
So the bow and the glove and the blue boomerang are all we're gonna get out of Kakariko. Not that bad.
No value for a shield today. You could sequence break up to Death Mountain, but that seems very unlikely given the current equipment.
If they had like a mirror or a hook shot, I could see maybe doing that play, but it's not worth it for just the mountain check. So is Azder going to go back for this 300 here? He was debating it.
Yeah. That was definitely a thing.
I feel like I'm always doing the race game blind now, just in case I put myself in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really saying, I don't want the 300 rupees. You're saying, do I want to spend the time and get the 300 rupees?
Yeah. All right, so Azder didn't check the back of Escape. Let's see if Rayvis does. Azder going to make his way south shore here. We're going to check the dam.
And Rayvis seems to be opting for the eastern play first. And since they're not going to check what's on the island, I'm probably expecting to see a fake flipper later down the line to get that location check. Usually you tend to go down there, check what's on the island, buy bombs, but they already have 10 bombs, so they don't need to buy any.
That is a little surprising. He skipped Saha. I know it's usually quicker to do Saha after Eastern, but if you're going to walk, I mean, he's got the glove, so he could have go walk the other way, which is a bit faster. So he walked towards Saha, skipped it, and then went into Eastern. So
yeah, this is definitely a bit out of the ordinary to go with this.
All right, so we'll get our first look at Mini Moldorm Cave, which has got 4 chests for us here. 4 in the dude. Oh, we got our flippers, Ether Medallion. Yeah, that wasn't bad.
I mean, you definitely take that. We have a lot more locations now in Logic, with the flippers being able to check the entire Sora area, Hobo. You can just jump in the water here if you feel like doing that.
Yeah, and Rayvis. So Rayvis is rushing Eastern because he got the bow. I'm not the biggest fan of that play. I know it's a crystal and you can clear it, but a lot of times bow doesn't necessarily mean there's something in Eastern. Because the bow only locks one item. Ooh, we got our Moon Pearl.
And there's also no fire source yet, so it is a sequence break to kill Armos, and also check that big key chest.
Like, I get it. It's a crystal. You can clear it. But I feel like I would want to do some Sphere 1 checks, like Azder's doing now, and maybe combo Eastern later. Oh, there's our second bow.
Do you pick that up? Is that a
Yeah.
worthwhile time investment?
At this time, it is. I feel like this early in the game, it's worth it.
I do have a cape though over in Eastern, and that could be the Agawanic access later. It could still turn out to be an early Agawan seed, and then you
Yeah.
get the myths to open up the west side.
That'd actually be
there's
probably.
a buried hammer.
Yeah, that'd actually be probably the best for Rayvis, since he doesn't know that the mitts are on the lumberjack there. Being forced into Aga would probably be best for him.
Allows us back of escape.
Ezra skipped some checks. He didn't do Ice Rod Cave and didn't do Hobo.
Didn't check the island.
Didn't even check the island. Yeah, that's those are some bold plays.
Both plays from both our players here, Rayvis with the Eastern before Sassola as well.
I just feel like, there's a chance you could get a fire source in Saha, and there's our lamp. So now he's doing Eastern in the dark when he doesn't have to.
Yeah, and Aster will be able to do Eastern, not in the dark.
And I haven't counted the items here yet, but we're not really finding anything, which is not that surprising. Again, the bow doesn't unlock Eastern. It only unlocks Armos Knights.
Yeah, so far it's only that cape, and we don't know how valuable that will be. So are we going to say Aster check Sassola first? We are.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to go this way, you might as well check it. It's just a quick drop down. If you're going to do it second, I feel like you would just walk the other way. It's a bit faster. Was that our ice rod?
I think that was in fact the ice rod.
So that could be important. We don't know whether or not Turtle Rock is a pendant or not. And there is 3 pendants in the Dark World.
That is true, but at least we know it's not going to be an ice rod hunt seed.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe stocking up some additional arrows before going to Armos.
So let's see if Armos Knights gives us anything. Ray was setting up the quick kill. Wasn't quite able to get it. So yeah, that bow didn't unlock anything for us. Which is why, I get doing Eastern, but I feel like doing a lot of the earlier checks first is usually more important. But he does have his first crystal 11 minutes in.
Yeah, and that's, a very good early crystal to have. At this point, we'll have to walk back to Sassola and get the 3 items there, and then head somewhere else.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of the front of Escape. There's a couple water checks we haven't seen. We've got a Gina. That mountain technically is now in Logic.
We have Greenpen and Skull Woods in this seed.
And because Rayvis did pick up the 300 rupees from the race game, we'll have a money to check Zora while he's over there.
Indeed, and may go all the way over to Ice Cave. We'll do the back of Escape here first.
Yeah, so pick up his lamp. Probably chuckle to himself a bit. I mean, he had no problem with the dark rooms, so it wasn't going to save him that much time, but
it does feel like this is another seed where the early game just stretches you all over the place.
Yeah.
Sora, Death Mountain, Eastern, Escape, and in the end you still have to do Aga 1.
Yep. So no key and no map. So that means of the 4 checks, there's only 2 items in the front of escape, and we still haven't seen Uncle yet either.
Yeah, no one's paid him a visit yet. So escape is actually still has a fair amount of items there.
So Rayvis doing the mini Moldorm to Agina's cave play here by skipping out on the dam, but we'll see if that actually changes when he gets those flippers and just does the dam later.
Yeah, because then you can route in the dam with Agena later instead. And I feel like we're starting to see this split, I guess you can call it, starting with Mini Moldorm Cave more often.
Yeah. I mean, isolating Agina is no fun.
Hitboxes, arrows, please.
Yeah. All right. So, Rayvis, let's see where he goes from here. Yeah, he's going to take those flippers and say, you know what, I've got Zora money. Let's see if he does Ice Rod Cave, even checks the other items.
Yeah.
Okay, so he is going to do Ice Rod Cave.
So this probably means he will be doing all of the checks that are here with Hobo, check the island, the things that Aster didn't, and then end with Sora. And that thing doesn't want to die. Zelda makes this fight a lot faster.
Yeah, he sure does. All right, so what did Azder skip? Just 3 bombs.
So we do have a crystal for each at the 15-minute mark.
And we'll see if Rayvis is going to check Hobo as well. It was just 3 bombs in the Ice Rod Cave, so nothing there.
The big brain would have been to take the whirlpool there, which leads to Kakariko, and then climb the mountain instead.
Yeah.
And there's a shield on the island that won't be picked up as we see Aster head to escape.
So Azder's doing, the areas with the higher item density. So skipping out on some of the one-off checks. Gonna check out Uncle, and imagine do the front of escape as well.
Wait, there was a bomb triple?
I think it was tier 2 or tier 3 maybe. Alright, so Hobo just having bombs as well. And there's our hook shot. So that's access on the mountain. I imagine we'll find something over in Paradox.
Yeah, there's so many locations now up on that mountain, and Aster is just skipping escape entirely here.
Yep.
And these are some very interesting decisions that we're seeing from our players today.
You know what this is? This is an Agaseed.
Yeah.
So we're gonna there's a sword out there somewhere. So many times in version 31 I'm finding I have mountain access with a glove and a hook shot, or a flute and a hook shot. It just turns out that I just need that to get to the west side of the Dark World.
It does almost seem like early hookshot nowadays is an indicator for Aga 1.
Yeah, I feel like it's a bigger indicator than almost anything.
Rayvis probably picking up the silvers here as well while paying Sora for something.
Something, yeah. If you're rooting for Rayvis, you're gonna hope that Zora has something, because Azder skipped it, and it's gonna be a while until he comes back here.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those locations that you orphan unless you have mirror when you're checking catfish.
$500 gets us just a heart piece. So Azder able to skip out on a lot of stuff. We got our first bottle from the old man.
So sick, it has something.
But you're not gonna rush Sick Kid since you've already been through Kakariko, so it's gonna be a bit until we see that as well.
It would definitely be preferable to check that in later with potential Dark World trip or get the necessary items. Like, you
Mhm.
get the hammer to check a Batcave.
So we see another 300 on the top of Spec Rock and just $20 inside. So Rayvis actually looks like he's gonna head to the mountain first without his hook shot. That's unfortunate. So he's gonna have to make another trip. We'll see if he checks Lumberjack and gets that information about his mitts. And it looks like he is, so that's good.
Yep. And this is really the best time you have to check this.
Yeah.
Unless you have Mirror at Bumper Cave.
All right. So what's going to be in Paradox? Because there's a lot of checks here.
Well, you gotta imagine something. But at this point, the sword does seem like a pretty probable item.
How about the fire rod?
That doesn't unlock anything.
It doesn't. It's nice to have, but
yeah. And probably required depending on Turtle Rock and Ice Palace later.
all right, 10-6. All right, so there's our Dark World. We've got our Dark World access. Another bottle and a heart piece.
So how do you route this now? Do you start by going to Tower of Hera and clear that, and then you go back and do Spiral Cave?
Yeah, or these two runners, the way they route, I wouldn't be surprised to see both of them skip Spiral Cave.
Good point. And isn't it great? You get your hammer, Dark World access, and you still have to do Aga 1.
Yeah, but both players know they have to do Aga 1, so as soon as they find the boots, they'll go do Aga 1. And a sword, I suppose.
We find our final shield on the island, so we have 2 shields on islands today.
So just the baby shield for our runners.
I don't think they mind that.
So azder were able to pick up some time, skipping some of those one-off checks that Rayvis has done. Rayvis, unfortunately didn't get his hook shot, and it's going to be a minute until he does, because he's going to do the dam, and I bet route that in with a Gina.
We're skipping the basement for now, though, in Tower of Hera.
Disappointed no Hera pot.
Yeah, it is definitely faster. So we think about how you go about the Dark World. You have Hammer, so probably high K start. You can go do Palace of Darkness immediately, but we haven't found out yet if that's a pendant or not.
Yeah. Yeah, Hype Cave seems good. Thieves Town area also seems like not a bad play, because you've got I forgot, Skullwoods is a pendant. Never mind. Well, we got that fire rod.
Well, let's see here what's on the ledge here in the desert. Probably not something that will be picked up.
Yeah.
Let's see how well Moldorm's gonna behave here for Aster. No sword to attempt to stick up, so... Well, that was pretty nice of Moldorm.
Alright, so we got both items, and I think the small key is locked in the basement, so don't have to worry about that. Alright, 22 minutes in, Azder's got his second crystal.
And Rayvis is checking Sikid?
Yeah, that's a bit surprising, having, not done Uncle and knowing there's at least 2 items in the front of Escape.
Yeah.
I feel like that would probably be better play. Again, just item density.
Could this be like an attempt of reading Aster, thinking Aster may have done Escape already?
I don't know. I don't know. This is a tough one. Just a little bit of love from the sick kid.
It could also be that you know it's an Aga 1 seed, so you're doing everything you can to look for a sword before going escape, and then you want to route that in with it.
Yeah, but it's just such a. I mean, it's such a long walk over the sick kid for one check.
Yeah. We're seeing Aster start with Hype Cave.
Yeah. We'll see if what pod is and if that influences his play at all. I'm actually more inclined to go to pod if it's a pendant right away than if it's a crystal.
You're one of those. I see.
Yeah.
I would love to see a map check though at some point to get the information about that.
Yeah. What do we got to work with here, Azder?
And Rayvis is also going to skip escape.
It's too bad both of our runners are just skipping the boots in the first chest of the front of escape. All right, we got our first sword.
Ooh, that says. Are we seeing Aga 1?
I don't know. I mean you have to do Aga 1, but I feel like you don't do Aga 1 until you have the boots.
I'm just checking the cave and then.
I think you know what he's thinking
Those
is
buttons.
he got the sword and he's got that fire rod, and Skullwoods
Ah.
is a green pendant. Might as well let's maybe clear that out.
Yeah, that could definitely be it. It's definitely a different way of playing because usually you will continue your Dark World route after Hype Cave.
Well, especially when you don't know which are pendants and crystals, right?
Could have checked the map and oh yeah, we do have with the hammer. Can go down here and check that cave as well.
Yep, and he'll turn in his bottle as well.
Rayvis getting the Dark World access here over in Paradox Cave.
All right, what are we going to get cursed with today? Just $20.
What a curse. You also have the cave, so Bumper Cave is in logic as well. So you can do Skull Woods and route in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know how thorough our runners are going to be today. Like we've already seen Asder make some skips. They all worked out for him, but we'll see how much more he wants to press that advantage.
Yeah, you never really know. Rayvis will do Tower of Hera, and then we'll see if they're gonna go back and check Spiral Cave after that.
Yeah.
So north or south, I guess that's the choice here.
Yeah, I mean, he's got everything to complete Skullwoods. It is a green pendant. I don't know how enticing that is for Asder or not.
Who did the map check? Was that Aster or Rayvis? Here we go.
Okay, so we got Mire and Ice for our other pendants, and I didn't see what our other 5/6 was.
I think that was Thieves Town, but I could be wrong. And Hera Thieves Town 5/6? That
Yeah,
puts
that's enticing.
interesting.
Yeah. So, as they're not making the play for Skullwoods, says that fire rod doesn't mean anything, and is able to find the flute there. The flute's nice, though it doesn't really give us anything yet.
Yeah, right now it's just a way to get around the world faster. You do need the myths to open up the Mire area.
Yeah.
You see Rayvis to go for the Hera pot.
think he fell down trying to activate the switch. Or no, did I? Yeah.
He stepped on it and then he fell down.
Yeah. All right, so now we've got our boots. So there's our mitts. I imagine we'll see after Thieves Town, Azder head over and do Aga 1. Because that's going to unlock so much of the game now. So he'll have, with the flute and the mitts, the hook shot, he'll be able to go pretty much everywhere.
Mire area, Smith Chain, Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, so what are we looking for at this point? We're 28 minutes in. We need the mirror for Swamp Palace.
Cane for Turtle Rock.
Cane for Turtle Rock. The mirror will also give us access to Desert Palace.
And potentially medallions. And a sword, of course, but the swords will be found.
Yeah.
That's not that many items 30 minutes in.
Yeah.
Rayvis gets crystal number 2. Ooh, not going back for Spiral Cave.
Is he going to do Spike Cave instead? He is. Spicy.
Is that a fairy in the first bottle, I believe?
I believe so, yeah. I mean, he's got the cape as well, so he should be able to manage this, especially with that hook shot. So does use the fairy to revive himself. We'll be able to walk most of the way there and save most of his magic.
We'll not even have to use any magic at all.
And it's rewarded with $5. Thanks, game.
Well, right now it does seem like a lot of these one-off checks haven't really been giving anything at all, and everything else is just right on the road.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see Rayvis do hype to pod here. So he might be missing out on the boots for a bit.
I mean, it is a crystal. You have everything you need for it. It's fully in logic.
Yeah, it's not a bad play at all. I mean, the bow didn't unlock anything in Eastern, so you're thinking hopefully I'll get something good in pod here. But that's just assuming. We don't know what decision he's going to make yet.
I mean, considering the decisions they made so far, it's been quite difficult to accurately tell.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, considering how many options Azder has right now, if he just decides to go and pick up the mids after this, where do you start after you get to mids? Do you start with the Mire area? Do you go Dark Death Mountain, get the Turtle Rock Medallion information? Do you go pod?
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. I feel like clearing crystals is probably the best way to go first.
Yeah. Not really thinking Smith is a play without the mirror.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're definitely not doing Smiths. I mean, you need the mitts to do the Smiths, but there's no way to do that. We'll see if he does Dig Game and Stumpy after this, or if he just goes immediately and does Aga.
That's 3 crystals at 32 minutes for Azder.
Yeah, and already has red mail.
I mean, it certainly feels like a very fast seed right now, but
Yeah.
don't really know where medallions or...
Yeah, the mirror could be anywhere. Yeah, that cane could be in so many different places. So I've done plenty of seeds where it feels like, oh man, I only need 2 items or I only need 3 items, and I'm like 40 minutes in, and then an hour later you finish the game because it took forever to get those last couple items. All right, so he is going to do the dig game, not skipping out on this. First checking pod is a key, which is not too uncommon.
No,
Not,
that seems to be the
not
most
immediately
common
boom
item
up.
there.
That's a lot of digs. Ooh, worth it too.
Yeah, definitely that is needed. That could be the last sword that they'll pick up. But after this, we're probably seeing a save and quit. It's a long walk if you're gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, I can't imagine him going anywhere. I mean, could do pod, but it feels like let's just get those mitts. We've also got that flute, so you might want to activate that soon.
Rayvis did get an early big key here in pod.
All right, so it is bow locked because you need to do the right side to get to go on any further.
I guess the question here, do you do escape if you're asked to here, or do you skip escape entirely and just do
I
Aga
mean,
1?
I don't know how to predict. It looks like he's just going to skip it.
Well, I guess we're not seeing escape today. This pops you out at the pyramid, so you could just go and get the pyramid item, possibly just go pod immediately
Yeah.
after that, and then save
Yeah,
and quit
that
to
seems-
Sang, and then grab the boots.
Yeah, that seems like a good route.
That's a really clever way of going about the seed.
So with the key layout here, Rayvis has the information that he doesn't need to do the big key chest because it's just another small key. So no need to do that. He can head straight to the back, or he can head straight to Helmasaur.
Yeah, that's also a possibility.
So if you're just joining us, this is game 1 of best of 3 series, round 2 of the group stage. Azder and Rayvis were both able to advance. I think Azder is 2-1 and Rayvis 2-0.
Yep, Aster beat Spleeby 2-1, and Rayvis beat the Lunchtime ATH 2-0. And we will have game 2 back-to-back after this.
Yeah, so we probably won't even talk to the runners after this. We're just going to jump right into game 2 with a new set of commentators. The reason Azder is doing Aga 1 is we know that the mitts are on Lumberjack. And we're just looking for the mirror, Kina Samaria, and maybe a medallion.
At the 35-minute mark.
Yeah, unbelievable. Azder was able to find the boots in the C-shaped house of Village of Outcasts. He went there right after Hype Cave. Rayvis chose to dip pod, having gotten that early bow. So it doesn't have the boots quite yet.
You could even add early bows because they've both been found.
That's right. The second bow on Zora's ledge there.
We'll need 17 hits for Helmasaur King.
And just one silver arrow right to the dome. Or I mean, it seems a bit slower to do it that way, but it worked.
It worked. Well, I guess just throwing up blue balls again.
All right, so Rayvis will be able to just go to the back of pod and save and quit and not have to make an extra trip. So this will work out.
We're both sitting on 3 crystals apiece here, even with different dungeons cleared.
Aga 1 is the worst. It's just the worst in every way. It's slow, it's tedious, you can get blue balled a lot.
Remember the old days when Aga 1 was set to have 0 blue balls? The good old days.
But it wasn't too bad.
With non-progressive items.
Find out what's here on the pyramid though. And it looks like Azder's doing what you thought he would do and just head straight over to pod. It just makes the most sense. Be able to knock all of this out at one time.
Yeah, you don't need a mix for any of this, so why not do it when you're here?
Not getting much out of pod.
I think so far it was only the King of Burna, which
You think we're going to find anything in
at
that
all.
pyramid fairy?
I don't know, a shovel maybe? I mean, there's nothing in pod.
All right, so Rayvis is going to make his way over to Thieves Town now. We'll see if he wants to dip into Skull Woods, since it is a green crystal, or green pendant, and we're able to full clear it.
And when would you go and hand that in? You've already done Eastern and pod.
Never.
We know they're gonna get the flute, so it's not the slowest thing in the world, but Because it does seem like we're having an orphan of the green pendant here from both of our runners.
Yeah, we'll see if Rayvis wants to head up. He might not even clear it. He might just do the front.
Because we didn't get to see Bumper Cave either, and that's in logic with the cape.
Oh yeah, that's true. Where are we going to find the mirror? That's a big one. I think our next progression is probably going to be Samaria.
Would you rather find Samaria before Mirror?
I think so. I think I want my mirror to be my go mode, honestly.
Go mode Swamp.
Yeah, you go mode Swamp, possibly go mode Mire and Desert as well. Or I guess we don't have to do Mire. We go mode Desert. Go moding Swamp is the key thing, I feel. It's hard to go mode Turtle Rock.
Yeah, it's like one location you can check in, one in several hundred Cs you can skip Laser Bridge.
So Rayvis is doing Skull Woods. We'll see if he wants to complete it and get that green pendant or not. It'd be hard for me to skip Skull Woods in this situation.
I started checking the back of pod before going to the boss.
Oh, and just missing the hammery up there.
It's a little bit too slow, just barely.
I think Rayvis might have gotten both items out of Skull Woods, yeah. He's not enticed by that green pendant at all, and that makes sense.
Yeah, it's so far away right now. So we will get this Bumper Cave check.
And just not all the stuff that Azder is skipping and Rayvis is checking is just time lost for Rayvis because none of it is working out for him. It's just really unfortunate.
Yeah, sometimes those risks you take, they pay off, and this seems to be one of those situations.
Yeah, it really does. So Rayvis will pick up his boots here. And I imagine we'll see him do Aga 1 shortly. Now Rayvis is behind, but it's not insurmountable. He's still right in the thick of things here.
So I was thinking of how do you route in King's Tome? Because you know where the myths are, so you can run all the way back and check it. You don't have the mirror to circumvent that. Do you just skip the location entirely?
No, I think when they go get the... So you'll save and quit out of pod here for Azder.
Yeah.
You'll start at the Sanctuary. You'll go... Oh, that's right. You got to get your myths first. Dang it. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. You will do bonk rocks and then grab the mids. Do you just save and quit there? Or do you go... do you save, quit, and go to Sank and pick them up, or do you just disregard that completely?
Well, you still need to activate the flute. So I don't know. I don't know how you do that. We'll
Yeah,
see
still
how
need
you
that.
choose to do it.
Forgot that the flute wasn't activated yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing Rayvis here doing Thieves Town as they're finishing off Pod. And we're waiting for new things, I guess.
Yeah, it's gonna be Mitts locations is what we're looking for.
And it really doesn't want you to dash in Thieves Town today.
It really doesn't.
So you have the quick checks in the Mire area. You have plenty of checks up in Dark Death Mountain. Sniff Chain, probably low priority without the mirror. You can go ice if you want to go pendant ice, I guess.
Yeah, I feel Dark Death Mountain is probably the most attractive spot to hit right now. It's such a climb too, so I don't know.
It is 6 items. You get the Turtle Rock Medallion information, as Helmasaur is kind of dead. That's how it goes for Silver Arrows.
Yeah. Rayvis really has to be careful here. Done that. Half a heart. And coming up on the Hellway.
And the Fairy was used. I think the other bottle is a B.
Yeah. So just using cave traps to get through here, but has to be careful regardless. I mean, these rooms are pretty tricky.
I mean, that room is known as the Hellway for a reason.
Surprised he didn't use his powder there and just could do a quick refill. I feel like it's worth the time save. You don't want to get nipped by one of these little beetles that do 2 hearts of damage. Well, they have blue mail, so it's only 1 heart now, but all right, so some new checks now. We've got the bonk rocks.
We'll get the item that's here, being the green potion, and then head and get the mitts. Not really saying no to a potion. You don't have half magic.
Yeah, you don't have to go out of the way to get it. Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, Rayvis just not powdering here today.
It's bold moves. Just bold. I'd take the safety.
The risks you take to gain frames.
Yeah. Stun prizes, bombs, single bombs it look like.
Yep.
Which we're just now finding out, even though our runners have had hook shot for quite a while. Okay, so Azder looks like he's gonna skip out on King's Tomb here.
Yeah.
I just think, like, if I ever do Graveyard Ledge, I'll do combo it together, maybe. I don't know.
That is probably it. And they did skip Sora as well, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could do Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb, get across the river, do Catfish, and then route in Sora.
Yeah, yep.
You know the mirror is somewhere. You just don't know if it's go mode or not.
So you'd rather find the mirror before you find Samaria? Is that what you're saying?
I don't really know. Would rather find Samaria because Swamp.
Yeah, I mean the mirror just opens up more locations that I don't want to have to check.
Well, that's Ether. We have Ether.
So that means we can get in there. We can't clear it, but we could possibly get 2 items out of there. I doubt we see Azder go in there. Oh, now we can clear it.
Yeah. Or do you climb the mountain now as Rayvis takes down blind? Because if Turtle Rock is Ether, you can do Turtle Rock instead.
That's what I'm thinking. Oh, so he's double checking. He's debating.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like going up to the mountain. I mean, he could be in go mode. Going up to the mountain, you could find the mirror up there, or you could have access to Turtle Rock, which could have the mirror. Just We'll find out here soon enough.
There's,
Rayvis,
there's definitely
Yeah.
been some things here from our players today with some of these decisions. And these aren't easy calls to make, because this is a big
No.
climb, and you may not be able to go into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, there could be absolutely nothing here, and it's just a wasted mountain trip. Though, I don't know. I feel like this is the play to make. He's
I
totally
mean,
skipped the pendant dungeons, which he has access to all three now.
yep.
There is a possibility of Mir being on the pedestal, but our runners wouldn't be able to know that until they pulled it. So that's going to be one of the last things they do.
If this turns into the sort of going into Pendant Dungeon X
Oh.
or Y or get potential go... Oh,
Yeah.
that was a game.
Yeah, that is a cave right there.
Okay, so we could be in go mode. If Turtle Rock is Ether, we will know in like 5 seconds. Or... What? We're not checking Turtle Rock?
Wow, that's a really bold play right there.
I don't understand why you don't take, like... It doesn't even take more than 5 seconds, like what I said. You just make a
Yeah.
screen transition and you check it. I'm confused. I'm really confused right now.
I guess he thinks he's just in go mode. Oh, and Rayvis goes for the bomb dupe, but doesn't get it. This is going to cost him a bit of time.
Because this
So-
is the first time up the mountain with Mitz. There's no way to have the information.
Yeah, no idea. So for Rayvis, for him to catch up, he needs to find whatever medallion the Turtle Rock is required.
Yeah. And we don't know.
Yeah, we have no idea. Surprisingly, we don't know.
We don't know if we're in go mode or not. This is really weird because Dusty is left.
I mean, he was on the mountain. I can understand saving Turtle Rock to do later, but finding out what you need seems like valuable information, right? Like he could be wasting time here. He could be in go mode.
He could be in go mode. He's not go moding Swamp Palace right now. I'm so confused. And there's nothing at Pyramid Ferry.
So I guess he's just going to open everything along the way. I mean, he's not going to do left side swamp for sure.
So Azder is working under an assumption, under a major risk that it isn't Ether, because I can't see anything else. Azder did check the map down at the Mire area and decided to not go into Mire. So they know that Turtle Rock is a crystal. So it must be that there is no way Turtle Rock can be Ether. I can't think of anything else.
I'm stunned. I know I'm supposed to be commentating, but I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. I mean, if it pays out, if Turtle Rock is just Ether and it works, well, here's the thing: is even if it does work, he's making checks that he doesn't need to make. If it is right, like
yeah. And he's trying to find, like, what would prompt you to make the decision to not check which medallion you need, and then leave and do a dungeon that you could potentially go mode minutes faster.
Yeah, I mean he's got tempered and silver. He's not looking for that. Not looking for a gold sword. He's got red mail. Not looking for half magic. The only thing he'd be looking for right now is access to Turtle Rock, but he doesn't know what he needs to get into Turtle Rock. So it's just a little surprising.
And you have the mirror, so you can go into desert and clear that. That's probably where Aster is going after this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, Rayvis is doing Aga 1, which you have to do for myths.
Just the decision to mirror there. I thought he was going to mirror and go open the portal there. And then possibly do a hookshot cave, but yeah.
Yeah.
It was strange.
He also wait, Aster skipped Hookshot Cave also while up there?
Yeah. Right when he came out, he mirrored and just fluted away. So
I mean, this must be some, like, I don't know, next level metagaming that my feeble human brain just cannot understand.
yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, he might just get bailed out here, right?
Yeah.
He's got a decent enough lead on Rayvis where I don't think it will matter if it won't matter if it's Ether for sure. And he's doing enough checks to where he's not skipping anything, which is again a little surprising. I'm a little flummoxed. I don't know what just happened.
I think everyone is at this point.
All right, so he's got the big key, and he's not leaving.
So still getting checks. Because all of this makes sense if you check Turtle Rock and you see that it isn't Ether.
Yeah.
And then this is that decision to not check in the first place that is the real question mark here.
Yep.
That we're trying to understand.
All right, so Aga 1 finished for Rayvis. He's going to go pick up his mitts. We'll see where he heads. We know that he needs to head up to Dark Death Mountain and get his mirror.
I think Rayvis forgot a step there.
We should give shout outs to our tracker today, Semperfire Dog, doing tracking for us. He says that Rayvis didn't get flute.
That was in chest game.
Okay, so he did get the flute.
Because both flute and boots were both in Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, that's right. All right,
I feel like we need to reset our brains here for a few seconds or something
Yeah.
to try and wrap our head around what's actually happening in this race.
Oh, Rayvis needs to go to Meyer to get his Canis Maria as well.
Now Aster is going back to Death Mountain.
All right, is this going to pay off? Here's the thing that, again, surprises me, is if it is Ether, he wasted time in both Swamp and Desert for no real reason.
It could just simply be that they forgot to check immediately after they left with the flute and just wanted to do Turtle Rock last. I don't know. But Rayvis has the flute. We'll use the flute. We'll see where they go next. Okay, so is this ether or not? We're finally going to find out.
Marge, what do you think? Is it going to be ether?
No.
I don't think so either. I don't think
No.
it's going to be ether. I think it's going to be Bombos.
I mean, if it is ether, this is a super fast seed.
And there it is.
We are not in go mode. We're still looking for bombos.
All right. All right, so for Rayvis to have a shot here, he needs to find Bombos before Azder does. Of course, Bombos is just going to be in Hookshot Cave, right?
I mean, I've seen it too often with Medallion. It's just in Hookshot Cave. It will be a nice way to finish the seed, but not today.
Okay, so we've got lots of checks. Our runners have skipped some stuff like the front of escape. We've got 2 items there. We've got the smith chain. We've got all the mirror checks that we haven't done. There's still an item at 2 in desert. We've got ice and mire, which we haven't seen. Of course, there's the possibility of the pedestal coming into play.
You have catfish. There is so much left in this world because of how fast it's gone. You have 6 crystals, but there's so much left.
We also have left-sided swamp. So
That's also true.
Bombos can be anywhere at this point. So Rayvis is
where do you start?
I mean, I don't know. This is why I don't like skipping all that stuff, is because you know, it could be anywhere. We got, I don't know. I just don't know.
Rayvis is going to be in the same position and probably do desert and swamp after this.
So are we going to get the first look at the front of escape? We are.
Oh my goodness, the 1 hour escape. Unbelievable.
So here's what I would probably do from here. I'd probably do front of escape, catfish, Zora. That's wouldn't be my guess. But again, I can't predict where these runners are going to go. If I've proven anything, I can't predict anything here.
Yeah, they've been thinking to next level for us today. You could do catfish Zora and then go back and do the graveyard ledge with Kingstone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so could continue there and go Skullwoods and then do Smith Chain.
We have the green pendant that we haven't done. All right, so there's 1 item. There's 1 more item. We've got the map and 1 more item here in escape. I don't think we saw Dark Cross.
I'm pretty certain we haven't. And Rayvis is now also in Bombos for Go mode.
Yeah, he is still 2 dungeons behind. He hasn't done pod. It hasn't done swamp or desert yet. Okay, so last item is in the Dark Cross.
Now, since you're starting with desert here, are you thinking of a Myra trip, or is it just because you want to go mode swamp?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go mode swamp here. Yeah, Rayvis checked. He took the portal, so he saw what was needed for Bombos, or what was needed for Turtle Rock, and that was Bombos. So we'll see if he does more of desert. Man, I can't. I think we only saw 1 item on land mode. Maybe not even 1. I could be wrong. All right, so escape isn't the answer.
So back into the Dark World. Oh, that's a nice quick warp.
And this looks like a catfish play here.
Yeah, unless you're just crossing the river, but if you're not checking catfish now, when are you doing that?
Yeah, if he doesn't do catfish now, would literally be his last check.
So Rayvis has the small key later for the right side.
As it turned out, finding the mirror, the debate about finding the mirror or the King of Samaria didn't really matter, as we found them almost back to back. Who knew that it was going to be about Bombos instead?
Good old Rando.
All right,
Always finds
catfish.
a way.
Catfish is not the answer. As they're going to check out Zora, and Zora didn't have anything.
So you either save and quit here, or you go back and cross the river. For Graveyard Lich Kingstone, can't really see anything else. And if you save and quit, where do you begin? Smith Chain? Do you want to go into Ice or Mire?
Nice quick kill on Landmo there for Rayvis. He picks up his heart piece. Let's see if he goes back in. Did Azzer check? He didn't come back here and check Checkerboard Cave either.
Yeah, Checkerboard Cave is still a location, because the mirror was after.
Oh man, this Bombos can be pretty much anywhere.
Anywhere except Turtle Rock.
Rayvis not going back into the desert.
But it's checking Checkerboard.
When you're one item away from go mode, I don't understand the idea of skipping something like that.
It must be under the presumption that your opponent has already checked.
King's Tomb is not the answer. We do have a shovel here in Checkerboard Cave.
That's a pretty quick check, though. And Aster, are you going Mire or back into Desert for one check? Or Checkerboard, or where are you going?
Aster, man, really debating whether or not he wants to go into Mire there, but he's going to check the right side of Desert.
And Rayvis is not checking the actually, doing South of Grove Cave with the mirror.
So we'll need to pick up the small key from the big chest. And Rayvis is going to do Swamp first. Okay, this makes sense. He hasn't completed this dungeon yet.
Do you full clear Swamp, though? Do you do left side?
Where is Bombos going to be?
It could be anywhere. That's the concern here. It is essentially at this point, even though Rayvis.
It's going to be Ice Palace, right?
Yeah. But even though Rayvis is down a dungeon, whoever finds that.
All right, there's the second item in Desert, so position. Not here.
And Rayvis checking a location didn't have to check.
I can't imagine Rayvis doing left side of Swamp first.
Yeah,
but
he's
again,
gonna be the boss first.
Okay, Aster. Get his shovel here, and I'm guessing that might be his next check.
Yeah, you kind of want the shovel. Do that. Do the South of Grove, K45. And then you just run over and do the Smith stuff after that?
I mean, it's going to be in a dungeon. That Thomas is going to be in one of the pen dungeons.
So your guess is Ice?
Yeah.
Alright. But when do you actually think of going to Ice? Is that a call that you want to make now?
No. Not at all.
Yeah, this is probably Shovel and South of Grove Cave, unless you're going back into Swamp.
Yeah, man, going back into Swamp is a pretty bold call. I don't think he's going to do that.
Maybe you would probably do that after Purple Chest instead, if you're going to do that. Well, it's not a hunt for the Ice Rod, but it's still a hunt for something related to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, close enough.
But hey, you get to skip Mimic Cave.
Alright. Not K45.
So Asder wants to maintain the portal here and go back into the Dark World.
Yeah, that makes me think Smith Chain.
Yep.
Not the shovel. I'm telling you, it's not gonna be overworld check. It's gonna be in a dungeon that no one wants to go into.
Oh, actually not doing Smith is... Are we going back into...
I think he's gonna do red.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna do the bond, yeah.
And we know it isn't this either. We aren't really talking all that much about Rayvis, but we're just kind of waiting for this boss to die, and then we'll see where they decide to go.
Yeah. Yeah, Rayvis has been just a bit behind. He's actually made some extra checks, which he won't have to do, on this hunt for bombos. So he might be able to make up some time here if Azder goes and does some of those checks he skipped.
That's a very nice kill for crystal number 6.
I mean, left side swamp is super attractive, I think, right now. I'd be surprised to see our runners if Rayvis dips out. Because if he doesn't do left side swamp now, and he's got to imagine that Azder probably didn't do left side swamp.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like it's the time. It's time to make that play, and he is going back in.
Alright, so it's the hunt for the bombos. Whoever finds it first is probably going to win this. And Azder is spending a lot of time thinking here.
Yeah. Here's the thing, is Azder doesn't use a map tracker or even any sort of tracker at all. So,
Wow.
I mean, his memory has got to be like a steel trap. And not wanting to go back to areas that he skipped because he might have forgotten them.
Well,
there was a medallion, but the wrong one. Such a tease.
Oh, thank you, Swamp. Azder will go into Mire first. It has 2 items here. If you find the 2 items early, do you still go and kill the boss?
I mean, to play for the pedestal in case the pedestal's in play?
That's the only reason you would.
I don't know.
Because if you go for that, then you will be going to the other dungeons after. You will be going Ice after this, and then Skull Woods, and then Mirror after Skull Woods.
I can't imagine killing the boss if you find the 2 items first.
I remember like 20 minutes ago when we were talking about, hey, maybe it is Ether, we don't know.
Yeah.
And here we are.
All right, item number 1 is a heart container in Mire. And Rayvis is about to give us the look at left side swamp. I believe there's 1 item left here.
I think so. But is it here?
Is there 3?
I think we're still missing the big key as well, so maybe I have to
No,
go back.
he opened the big. He needed to get the big key. All right, not left side swamp.
Okay, Rayvis, where do you go?
He's gonna check K45, and he'll do his he'll check the shovel as well.
Now Rayvis has done the Pyramid Fairy already.
Yep.
So maybe this is the call to go to Smith.
Yeah, he might do Smith's. All right, there's the big key of Mire.
So this is again game 1 in this best of 3, and this is round 2. The winner of this best of 3 will go through to the next round of this tournament and be confirmed top 64. We will have game 2 after this.
I know Rayvis likes going to Pendant Ice Palace over some of the other dungeons, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him do that. But he's staying in the Dark World. So maybe a Smith check. Yeah, that's what it looks like it is. He's gonna be doing.
Well, we know it could be here. That we do know, but we don't know if it is. The bat has been checked.
All right. As they're about to do the vanilla big key check, which is a time sync.
Really doesn't want to go and kill Vitreous.
Yeah. Is it hammer pegs?
No,
It is not.
it's a boomerang no one cares about.
Yeah, early on when you don't have flippers, you might want to grab that boomerang, but at this point, there's zero reason to grab that boomerang.
Those new glitches that you can do with it, and it's not
It
in
is
Meyer.
not Meyer.
He's killing the boss though.
Okay, so that means he is going to be playing for the pedestal. Is it Smith?
Nope.
Not Smith.
You're just running out of locations here. Is it green pendant or ice at this point if it's not purple chest? Oh, Rayvis hasn't done the bat since earlier. Now we know this is nothing. Aster checked this a long time ago.
Yeah. You know it's going to be super isolated for runners is graveyard ledge.
Dear. That is probably the worst location it could be.
Yeah, I think that's the most isolated check left. I don't know why these players aren't going to ice, because ice is where it's going to be.
Maybe they're both working on the assumption that the other player has already gone there. That's not really where you wanted to flip there, Rayvis. But maybe Rayvis will be going ice after. Okay.
Rayvis.
Okay.
Come on, Rayvis. You can do it.
The controller may be eating some inputs today.
Alright, this will be a nice quick viddy fight here for Azzer. Is it purple chest? It is not. Smith
Where
chain
is
is a
it?
bust, as always. Smith's always a bust. Alright, Rayvis is making the play for Ice Palace.
Okay, and where are you going now, Aster?
Oh, if it's an Ice Palace and Azzer heads there next, this is close. This is going to be really close.
Exceptionally so.
Azzer hasn't been to Skull Woods yet either. I feel like you save Skull Woods if you're going to pull the pedestal, you do that last.
Yeah, because you just mirror after and then you pull it.
Or if you're Azzer, you do it now.
Or is it Smith? Okay. Or?
Oh, no.
Oh.
All right, he's doing it.
Man, the duck is really putting in a lot of work for the players today.
All right. Is it the first chest of Ice Palace?
No.
It is not.
Oh, you've been doing that magic there, Aster. Just to remind, okay, it is Turtle Rock, yes.
Yeah, he has he doesn't use a tracker at all, so he's got to make sure he keeps everything straight.
And he is from the first quartile in this Group C, number 15 overall.
Man, this is intense.
Oh, you have no idea. This is insane. Are you full clearing this? Are you doing a bomb jump?
I probably bomb jump it just in case I am full clearing it. I don't know if Rayvis is thinking pedestal at all.
Mm.
I mean, it's just going to save you time in the long run. if you're clearing it. If Rayvis doesn't plan to clear it, then maybe not.
Not quite.
And it goes for the spin, but doesn't quite get it. All right, is it going to be the Freezor room in Ice Palace?
No,
It is not.
I think that's vanilla, actually. You have the big key. Is it the big chest?
It is
Nope.
not. And by not doing the bomb jump there, it saves him a little bit of time with this routing here, since he didn't have to drop down and come back up again.
So let's go through it again. We have Ice Palace. We have Green Pendant from Skullwoods. We have Graveyard Ledge, and we have Pedestal.
Our first item in Ice Palace is a heart piece.
I think those are all the locations we have left. And this looked like such a fast seed.
It sure did. I mean, it still relatively is a fast seed. They just have to find that dang Bombos medallion.
Here's the lucrative part of Ice.
See, here it is.
Okay, we're in go mode.
Rayvis is in go mode. And just like that, Rayvis has taken the lead. Unbelievable.
Yes, they called to go to Ice. But azder will have it very soon indeed. This is far from over.
Oh, no. This is not over at all. This is very close. I mean, it's all execution now. azder will be getting that Bombos medallion here really quickly.
So you go
What a
Turtle
race.
Rock, you go into you go Mo Turtle Rock and then you go into TR. No, you go into GT, and you have basically everything that you need. You have Tempers, you have Silvers, you have invulnerability items.
All right, 120-10. azder is now in go mode. So he's a mountain climb away from Rayvis, which is not insurmountable in the least. This is going to be close.
It could be decided by anything at this point. A good fight, GT routing, anything.
I feel like you and I get these races a lot when we come.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Prefer to have it in the commentator booth than playing it yourself?
100%. I do not want to be on the Bombos hunt. I did call both Bombos being the medallion for Turtle Rock and Bombos being an Ice Palace. So there's that. Maybe I would have done all right.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but it only happens when I'm not racing. So what do you know?
The life of Rando is unfortunately not very fair sometimes.
All right,
will soon be in TR.
Yeah, how friendly is this Turtle Rock going to be? Are we going to get the God TR and just get all keys? We are not.
It's Fire Rod locked, and that means absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So at this point, our runners are not looking for anything. We've got Tempered, we've got Red Mail, we've got Silver Arrows. It's just go.
Cut all the corners that you can.
Yeah, who's going to execute better is what we're down to now.
And how are you thinking about GT routing here? Full right, Mark Magician, full left, like.
I have no idea what these runners prefer. I believe Rayvis taking the Death Warp here. That is going to cost them a bit of time, and this is the type of thing that will give azder time to catch up.
Really wants those hearts back. azder does have those additional potions or bottles. I know one is a green potion.
So Rayvis, I believe Rayvis does Dark Magician strats or modified Dark Magician, well, head over to the Dark Magician room and then head right to Compass room and then back left. I believe that's the route he likes to take, but we'll see. In azder, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't have that information available to me.
All right, so this is like the worst version of Turtle Rock where you have to do everything because the big key's vanilla.
Well, the bright side is that both players have to do it. This is 2 attempts for me. It's been that way for a long time.
I'm trying to calm down here a bit.
I mean, we've seen some pretty insane routing from both of our players today, and here we are in Turtle Rock, all down to execution in the end.
Yeah, we're gonna come down to execution and who finds that big key first. Unless they both do the same route, or it's very early. It's gonna come down to that. Those chain chomps did not want to let azder through.
But what if you check Mimic Cave for a sword? No, you don't.
No. They're not even gonna check the. He's not. Brave's not even gonna check the big chest. Which it is a little risky.
It is.
But I think he should be all right. As long as this is a key right here. Okay, so we very high probability of a key being on Laser Bridge now. But Rayvis down to 5 hearts. He does have to be careful. Like, you know, our runners are good and can make the Laser Bridge skips no problem. But one slip up and you're back at the beginning of the dungeon.
These corners you're willing to cut. Azder is not willing to cut that corner.
Yeah, this could be big.
It's a lot of additional transitions here.
We'll see if Rayvis wants to use one of the safeties even. Okay. Oh, there's the key. So I don't think this is gonna work out.
No. Because that's the last key, right?
Yeah, so Rayvis is actually gonna go to back to the very beginning of the dungeon.
Wow.
Alright, so the lead just switched. And pretty significantly too.
I'm just stumped. I don't think I've ever seen this happen.
I've actually seen this happen a couple times in this tournament.
This tournament?
Yeah.
That's like you skipped Laser Bridge.
Yeah. That I mean, at this point, it's gonna take I don't know what's gonna take for Rayvis to come back from this now. I mean, that really just basically cost him.
All on one decision.
Yep. When you're not able to steal a key, it's just too much of a risk to not check that chest. And it came back to bite Rayvis there.
Yeah, that is the risks you're willing to take, the corners you're willing to cut.
Yep.
And that was a corner that could not, under any circumstances, be cut in the seed.
Yeah, that's a significant time loss for Rayvis there.
Yeah, everything is now being flipped upside down.
Yeah, Azzer had to lead most of this race, and then Rayvis was able to steal it back, go ahead and Ice Palace first. But that one play, skipping that big chest, is could be the deciding factor here.
And to my knowledge, the Ganon's Tower Big Keybot is still undergoing maintenance, but that hasn't really stopped chat from posting random numbers anyway, so...
Yeah. So put your numbers in. All right, well, here we go. Again, Rayvis could make up some time here if he gets the big key early enough and doesn't die to Trinex. All right, so as they're heading right first.
It's a faster phase 1 for Rayvis.
So not even able to go right. There's no small key in the hope room.
Really few keys here early.
Yeah. Probably see a couple here in the Dark Magician room. Stealthos room.
Probably. Crystal Mirror after that.
Yeah, I don't see that too often where you go back to the compass room from here.
Nope.
But
anything's possible. Have you seen how these guys have routed?
that is true. So there's 3 keys here in the Stealthos room.
So Rayvis will soon be in GT.
So if Rayvis does Dark Magician, which I don't know if he does or not, and it is Compass Room, he could take the lead back here again.
And if you do that, do you just continue and go full right all the way to Ice Armors?
That's tough.
Yep.
Okay, so he is going left first. Not in the Firebar room.
Not that many locations left. There are 4 checks here in the random room.
Here's our book.
Oh,
All right.
My.
Not the rando room, and Rayvis is not actually heading right, so not going to make up any time here. That's unfortunate for him.
It's a really hard call to make.
I mean, it still might be vanilla.
Yep. It would actually be pretty funny if it is vanilla, considering we started off this commentary by talking about chocolate or ice cream flavors.
Yeah, that would be true. And not in Bob's chest. So we're down to vanilla location, compass room, or tile room. I mean, tile room would just be fitting, right? At this point.
I guess.
Nice ice armos fight from Azder there.
Clean.
Not vanilla. French vanilla.
Good enough.
So as long as Rayvis doesn't mirror here, which he does, unfortunately, this is the worst possible route for Rayvis in this scene.
Sometimes it just doesn't work out in your favor.
Yeah. So even if Rayvis had not skipped the big chest, he would probably still be behind if they did these exact same routes. It'd be a lot closer, but he'd still be behind.
But at this point, this is azder's game to lose.
Yeah, and a runner at his level of execution is to be pretty shocking to see anything go wrong here. So this is game one of the second round of the brackets for these runners here. Don't go anywhere after this race once they finish up, because they're going to run it right back again. And if everything stays according to how we see it here, azder will be in position to be our first runner to qualify for the bracket stage of the tournament if he can get his second win. Of course, Rayvis will do everything he can to prevent that.
So far, this gauntlet has been going very well for azder. Rayvis will get the big key now. We'll be able to begin the climb. azder's in a commanding position here.
Yeah, he's the entire climb behind azder now, so it's going to be pretty tough to catch up. Nearly impossible. This has been quite the race, though, for it to come to be as close as it was after some of the early checks and how fast everything seemed to be going early on is pretty impressive from both of our runners. So make sure you give a follow to both of our runners. It's been super entertaining. Yeah.
I mean, Rayvis be called to go early on to ice, just making up a lot of time there. Made this really close race that it's still fairly close, but not really anymore.
Yeah.
And you have tempered silver for Ganon. Rayvis is not a single heart though.
He's gonna do the refill room here. It's pretty tough to do the gauntlet with only one heart.
I don't think anyone wants to do that voluntarily.
And on to Aga 2 as Rayvis enters the gauntlet.
That's a pretty weird setup.
Yeah. Able to manage a single out of it. It gets blue balled on the second one, so only a single there as well.
Oh, come on, Aga.
Blue balls are not working today. Just not working with us. So it was a 1-1-0-1. Wow, azder cannot be happy about that. So Aga 2 makes it up for him. How about I just stand all three of my dudes right here?
Yeah, I guess Aga can do that. Landmolas 2 is done for Rayvis. The climb continues. azder just waiting a little bit before heading down into Ganon.
And on to Ganon for azder here. And should be able to make short order of Ganon here. See if he can get the 1-in-1 cycle. 12 slashes. Not quite the one cycle on phase 1.
Not really the best position for Ganon either.
Yeah, this is not a good position. But was able to one cycle phase 2 and is on to phase 3 already. And everything will be quick from here with those silver arrows in hand.
This is a fight that Azder's probably done hundreds of times.
Yeah. In worse situations, too. I mean, tempered red mail silvers is pretty ideal. Unable to get the double. Does get the slash damage, though.
Almost feels like Azder's is showing off.
And down goes Ganon. So get your GGs in chat as Azder gets ready to cross that bridge and win game 1 between Azder and Rayvis.
Yeah, and we'll finish with an official SRL time of 1 hour 38 minutes and 23 seconds.
GG's Azder. Impressive run from both of our runners. And Ray was getting a little bullied there by the mini Helmosaurs.
Yeah. There's been a fantastic race. We've seen some truly out there decisions being made by both of them.
Yeah.
And game 2 is almost certainly going to be equally exciting.
So there's no race 2 is happening immediately after this. We're not going to do an interview with them. They're actually already racing game 2 since we are on a 20-minute delay. We won't get a chance to talk to them, but make sure you stick around for game 2 with Iceman F1 and Slim Kirby on comms. So you don't want to miss that for sure.
Oh, it's going to be an absolute blast. I mean, if game 1 could deliver to this degree, then game 2, man. Game 2.
And Azder and Rayvis were talking a bit, and I can confirm that Azder thought he was in go mode when he hit Dark Death Mountain and fluted away without checking the medallion, and then he realized that he messed up, and so that's why he cleared some of Desert and some of Swamp.
And that's kind of what it had to boil down to in the end. Because
Yeah.
it was such a weird call to make.
Yeah, thought you're in go mode, then realized, wait, I'm actually not in go mode, and then so you have to kind of like go through it and check what you can check.
We're having Rayvis here finishing off the fight, and we will have game 2 coming up soon, and we can also confirm that Rayvis, since he did end up losing this match, has decided to make no changes for game 2 for the setting.
Yeah, so we're going to see just a straight run back for game 2 here.
So it turned out to be a pretty slow seed in the end.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happens when you have a go mode medallion, right? Could be anywhere. Oh, and Rayvis almost takes the fall and almost the death at the same time. Able to get the last arrow into Ganon. And we'll be able to cross the bridge. Get your GGs in chat for Rayvis. Great race between both of these runners. And you know what? It was fun the first time. Let's do it again.
And Rayvis here finishing with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 41 minutes and 26 seconds. And, Fear Agent, we kind of have to say goodbye here as Game 2 is going to start in about 10 minutes.
Yeah, March is always fun to do comms. We're going to do some more, I imagine, this tournament because it's always a blast. And this race was excellent to commentate because there was just so much going on. And, decisions by runners that you don't see every runner make. So trying to predict where the runners were going was a bit of a treat.
It certainly was. Also, thank you to Semper Firedog for the tracking. But we have to sign out now. You just go take a quick break, go grab some food, go to the bathroom, get that things done, be back. Number 2. I'm Bean Marjevich.
I'm Fear Agent. Thanks everybody for watching, and stay tuned.